1352, St. Thomas arrived in Kerala, leading to the formation of the earliest Christians who were known as Marthoma Nasrani. They were affiliated to the Persian Church and used Chaldean liturgy. In AD 345, Thoman, who was the Persian leader of a Christian group, arrived in Kerala and merged with the Marthoma Nasrani and received government support. Together, they became a part of the Church of the East. This community existed till 1498 AD. In AD 1498, Vasco da Gama arrived in Kerala, which led to the arrival of the Portuguese missionaries. They converted non-Christian fishermen on the western coast of India, which led to the formation of the Latin Sabbath or the Roman Catholics who had the direct authority of the Pope and followed the Roman liturgy. They tried to force Latin liturgy through the Synod of Diamond, headed by the Archbishop Alexo de Menezes. It was held at Udayamperur and forced the Marthoma Nazaranical to adopt Latin bishops. As a result, Latinization began and erosion of East Syriac identity. Angamali became the capital of this Christian community. For 50 years, Marthoma Nazranical followed the Latin liturgy. Disputes arose among the Marthoma Nazrani, leading to the Koonan Cross Oath in 1653. On January 3, 1653, Koonan Cross Oath took place. It was a declaration of freedom from the Roman Catholic Church. Archdeacon Thomas was proclaimed the head of the community. In May 1653, 12 priests laid hands on him, ordaining him as Bishop Thoma I. This was a move that deviated from the traditional ecclesiastical procedures but was deemed necessary under the circumstances. This event led to the division of the Marthoma Nasrani into two groups, the Pazhaya Kor and the Puthan Kor. The Pazhaya Kor evolved into the Syro-Malabar Church and reunited with the Catholic Church. It accepted the papal authority and follows the Syriac liturgical traditions. The Puthan Kor remained independent and aligned with the Syrian Orthodox Church of Antioch, following West Syriac liturgical traditions. In AD 1665, Bishop Gregorius Abdul Jalil arrived from the Syriac Orthodox Church of Antioch to Kerala. Puthankur began to use the term Malankara Church and adopted ecclesiastical terms such as Mar and Mo. The 15th to the 20th centuries witnessed fragmentation of the Puthankur. The Puthankur divided and gave rise to several denominations such as the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church, the Jacobite Syrian Christian Church, the Malankara Catholic Church, and the Marthoma Syrian Church. They mainly divided due to theological, administrative, colonial, and personal disputes. The formation of the Syro-Malabar Catholic Church is deeply tied to the Synod of Diamond of 1599 and the Koonan Cross Oath of 1653. They follow East Syriac liturgical traditions and maintain links with the Persian Church. They also use Syrian language in liturgy. After the Koonan Cross Oath, Rome sent Carmelite missionaries to pacify the Parayagur groups and reintroduce Catholic bishops. In 1663, Chandi Parambil, also known as Alexander de Campo, was ordained as the first native bishop. They gradually separated from the Latin Rite and was recognized as a distinct Eastern Catholic Church. They used the Chaldean liturgy. In 1887, Pope Leo XIII created two independent vicariates, the Vicariate of Kottayam and the Vicariate of Thrissur. In 1896, native bishops were appointed for the first time. In 1923, Sabha officially became self-governing with its own hierarchy under the Vatican. In 1992, Sabha was elevated to the status of major archiepiscopal church, giving near patriarchal autonomy. Its headquarters are situated on Mount St. Thomas, Koonan. It is currently headed by the Major Archbishop Raphael Tuttle. It is the second largest Eastern Catholic Church after the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church and have over 4.5 million members worldwide. The Latin Church in Kerala was established through Portuguese colonization and missionary activity. This was separate from the ancient St. Thomas Christian tradition. The Portuguese brought Latin Catholic missionaries, especially Franciscans, Jesuits, Dominicans, and Carmelites. In 1533, the Diocese of Goa was created, which would later become the Archdiocese of Goa and center of Portuguese missionary control. In 1606, the Diocese of Kochi was created, which was one of the earliest dioceses in India and key to Latin church growth in Kerala. Latin missionaries built many iconic churches, schools, and seminaries, introducing Roman Catholicism to thousands. Approximately 13 to 15% of Kerala's Christians are Latin Catholics. The Syro-Malabar Catholic Church is one of the three main Catholic churches of Kerala. It follows the West Syriac Rite and is in full communion with the Pope of Rome, while preserving its Oriental liturgy, traditions, and identity. In the early 20th century, there were internal disputes in the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church. On 20th September of 1930, Marivanios, along with Mar Theophilos and some clergy and faithful, entered into communion with the Roman Catholic Church. This event marked the founding of the Malankara Catholic Church. The head of church is Major Archbishop Catholicos Basilius Cardinal Clemens. Its headquarters are situated in the Catholicate Center in Pattam, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. The Syro-Malabar Catholic Church has many dioceses outside of Kerala. They include Chennai, Bengaluru, Mumbai, and Gurgaon in India, and USA, Canada, Europe, and Middle East outside of India. The Malankara Catholic Church is a reunion church bringing West Syriac Orthodox tradition into communion with Rome. It is now a fully self-governing Eastern Catholic Church with its own bishops, liturgy, and synod under the Pope. The Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church is deeply rooted in the St. Thomas Christian tradition of Kerala. It follows the West Syriac rite and is self-governing with its own Catholicos as the head. In 1912, under the leadership of Vattishal Georgis Mar Dionysius and with the help of Patriarch Abdad Messiah of Antioch, the Catholicosate of the East was re-established in India at Koonan. This move emphasized Indian autonomy but led to conflict with the Antiochian Patriarch, resulting in a split between the Malankara Orthodox Church and the Jacobite Syrian Church. The first Catholicos of the East India was Basilius Paulos I. Headquarters of the Orthodox Syrian Church is located at Devaloka Maramana in Kottayam, Kerala, India. The current head of the church is His Holiness Basilios Marthoma Matthews III. In 1665, Mar Gregorios Abdul Jalil, a bishop from the Patriarch of Antioch, arrived in Kerala. He regularized the consecration of Marthoma I and aligned the Malankara Church with the Syriac Orthodox Church of Antioch. Over time, the Malankara Church adopted West Syriac liturgy and theology. Although the Patriarch favoring faction had existed for centuries, it was not until 2002 that the Jacobite Syrian Christian Church was formally registered in India as a distinct legal entity. The church is currently headed by H.G. Dr. Joseph Mar Gregorios. Headquarters of the Jacobite Syrian Christian Church is located at Puthankuresh near Kochi, Ernakulam district of Kerala in India. The Marthoma Syrian Church is a Reformed Oriental church based in Kerala. It emerged from the St. Thomas Christian tradition like the other Kerala churches, but it is distinct due to its Protestant theological reforms combined with Oriental liturgical heritage. From 1836 to 1889, tensions grew between traditionalists and reformists within the Malankara Church. Metropolitan Matthews Mar Athanasius clashed with the Orthodox leaders backed by the Patriarch of Antioch. In 1889, the Royal Court of Travancore declared the traditionalist polyglottal Joseph Mar Dionysius as the rightful Malankara Metropolitan. This forced the reformist group to separate, leading to the formal establishment of the Marthoma Syrian Church. This church is currently headed by Theodosius Marthoma Metropolitan, who was enthroned in November 2020. Its headquarters are situated in Tiruvalla in Kerala.